Today's Thursday, April 27th. It's a rainy day. Thought I'd do a quick garden walk. I've got on my butterfly garden here. The sweet peas are coming up slowly but surely. I have a morning glory. This is all my slug protection. The copper and the cups. And I use eggshells. Trying it all. Got zinnia sprouts coming up. There's a milkweed plant I'm growing for the butterflies. I have buckwheat blooming. Small little white delicate flowers. And this is all crimson clover. Will get big and beautiful. Poppies. And larkspur. Just waiting for them to get big. They should, hopefully they'll bloom sometime in May. And we've got garlic and onions and marigolds to help deter the deer and the rabbits. I just love the raindrops on all of the plants. I think they're beautiful. And as you know, I got delivery of wood chips, so everything looks neat and tidy. Got gladiolas coming up. This is still the leftover pansies and violas are still hanging in there. Coneflowers are getting bigger. Got some vincas in here for when the pansies come out, they can take over. Got my self-watering pot planted with red, white, and blue flowers. There's only one little blue one right now, but that's going to spill over the edge. That's the plan, anyway. The angel trumpet is growing nicely. Getting big fast. So that should be beautiful again this year. Something is eating it, but hopefully it's not destroying it. I think that's slugs too. Rose of Sharon leafing out, looking good. Again, the garlic all around to help keep the deer away. Mexican petunias. I had one bloom the other day. They are just a few inches tall, but last year they grew many feet tall. I've got the banana trees coming in. I've got 4 of them right now. And canna lilies. Trying to get some sunflowers behind there. Oh, well, I got some seedlings planted. I've tried lots of seeds that have not made it. And we'll see if these seedlings will make it. That's the eggshells and the cups to try to keep the slugs away. Some excess wood chips that I'll be working on a little bit at a time. Beauty berries starting to leaf out. There's some small potatoes that are growing. I'll be adding to that. We got canna lilies and tomatoes. We even got, I think there's actually a little tomato on there. Look at that. These are cherry tomatoes. All these cups are to prevent the slugs from getting into my seedlings. So I've got sunflowers, I've got dahlias, I've got cosmos and zinnias, and of course the peas that I planted earlier in this spring are taken off, and I've got sunflowers planted in between them, so when the peas are done, the sunflowers can use that space. Tom has done most of it actually, even with his bad back, get this drip irrigation in. We've got the whole yard set up. It's wonderful. We've had rain on and off every week, so we haven't needed it too bad yet, but when it's 95 this summer, we'll be so glad that we have it. There's the parsley. dahlias. This carrot is going wild. This is when I'm letting go to seed. Anxious to see what it'll do. Hopefully it will seed itself again for winter carrots. That's the plan. I've got some peanuts planted here. My plan is to put peanuts along the front of this bed, cotton behind that, and then let the dahlias and cosmos and zinnias and sunflowers fill up the back of this bed. So as you know, I tend to fill my beds to overflowing. There's another cherry tomato, super sweet 100s there. Potatoes are doing fantastic. More extra wood chips to be spreading, more potatoes. The hibiscus is starting to leaf out. I've got a cucumber here. And all these little sunflowers. Hopefully the slugs will leave them alone. Snapdragons are still they're just an amazing show. They're just so beautiful. I love them. I never had them winter over like this before. So I'm hoping that'll happen again because it's been spectacular. Not sure how much longer they're going to bloom. I'm thinking they're getting near the end of that. But I think they'll bloom on and off throughout the summer, hopefully. The pea harvest has been phenomenal. Just keeps on producing more flowers. I come out and snack on them every time I'm out here. I pulled up the beets that I had in here yesterday. Give this Shasta daisy room to spread out and keep growing. It's a red, I think, coneflower starting. And of course, all my blanket flowers that I put along the front of this bed are starting to bud out. And these ones over here are the first ones. This is the mother plant that they all came from. It is blooming. And again, more of these beautiful snapdragons. I love the raindrops on them. Just think it's so beautiful. More peas, more coneflowers, another carrot. I'm gonna let go to seed. So again, in hopes that it will produce for me in the wintertime. The bee balm is, getting very tall. I expect it to get as tall or taller than the fence. Daylilies, butterfly bush, starting to get some buds on there. There's some buds getting ready to bloom. That's my passion flower I've had for 2 years now, I think. But it hasn't flowered yet, but there's full of buds, so I expect it this year to get a show from that. Viola's still hanging in there. Gladiolas. This is black and blue salvia, which has begun to creep under the fence into the neighbor's yard, so I have to keep an eye on that. The Carolina phlox has basically done now. That's what this is. And I've cut it back. And it'll just be green the rest of the summer. Forget-me-nots are doing their thing still. Dianthus. And the white pansies are still hanging in there. It hasn't gotten too hot for them yet, but I have vincas planted interspersed in here to help make up for them when the pansies are gone. Forget-me-nots are very pretty. They're certainly an up close and personal kind of flower. I can't see much from a distance, but wild geranium is amazing and huge and putting on the best show ever. I will probably have to split this and take some of it out this year because it'll take over the whole garden if I leave it. But it's beautiful up close and far away. This columbine, same thing, just producing lots and lots of flowers. It's a wild columbine, so the flowers are very small, but they're so beautiful. And there's so many of them. More dianthus, colors are stunning. I like the dark pinks. Gladiolus back there. Again, the end of the Carolina phlox. And the end of my container gardens here. Containers, winter interest ones. That the barley is so pretty. I'm just waiting for this to finish so I can take it out and then replace it. Pansies or violas are nearing the end. These are some annuals. They're just sitting in pots right now inside there. I'll get this replanted at some point. Considering putting an arch over this bench and growing morning glories in those pots and up and over the arch over the bench. So that's our next project. Ginger is doing great, and I have some sunflower seedlings going back there. So I'm hoping that'll be really pretty. This will be a busy area, but beautiful, I hope. And this, as you can see, the barley is starting to turn purple. I think it's just very unique. It's been fun project. You can see all the different colors. So this one will be ready to harvest soon, I think. And I'm going to save the seeds to plant next year, and then maybe gift it to some of our friends who like to make their own beer. Peonies, I picked 2. I had 3 buds on this yellow one. I picked 2 already. This one's hasn't opened yet, but hopefully soon. Again, there's another little morning glory in there, and the cup to keep the slugs off. The lilies, stargazer lilies. And this is my first crimson clover. It's hiding underneath the peony, so it's flopped over and reaching, but that's the start of, get it to focus, that's the start of the flower that we'll get, and hopefully out front, I want to focus, hopefully out front when they start to bloom en masse, it will be a beautiful show out there. My iris, this one didn't bloom, this one's done. The pineapple lily is getting big, 2 of them. Hopefully they'll give a nice show this year. Lots of annuals in here, just sort of waiting for them to get started. Fill in the space. I got some broccoli back there. We'll see if it does anything before the heat gets here. We'll see. It's all experiment. It's a straw flower. It doesn't make any noise now because it's all closed up and wet from the rain. Swiss chard, peonies. I think they're just beautiful with the raindrops on them. I love hearing the birds too. It's a peaceful time to be out here after the rain. I've got a little watermelon in here. We'll see how it does. My plan is to let it flop over the edge here, and then I'm gonna have to have something to set it on to grow on so it doesn't sit in water, because this is holds a lot of water, this area does. So we'll see. Asters, rain lilies, another morning glory seedling, brown-eyed Susans back there, and then my container garden with the wood chips finally, yay! I think it looks so much better now. These potatoes plants are growing just phenomenal. Tom got me this cute little planter on the Buy Nothing website. I think it's adorable. Just some flowers in there. This is an eggplant, which I don't need an eggplant, so if it produces, I'll be sharing with my friends. Tomatoes and marigolds, and little basil plants I got from Laura. Tomatoes and still some more barley. We'll take that out when it's done and find something else to plant in the back of that. You can see my drip irrigation system in each one of these pots. Thanks to Tom, he's the best. It's my strawberry garden with some rocks. I just painted some rocks red. Someone said that would be okay. That would keep the bird, that would fool the birds, but I might be getting some strawberry rocks from my friend's son who was going to do it as an art project, and if he does, that would be great. I will add to those. I'm getting some blossoms and some little green berries. And I have onions planted and nasturtium right there. At the end, I have broccoli. This is a broccoli, and that's another watermelon that again I'll let spill over the edge and into that area over there. And it starts getting big. Some little potatoes in here. The straw bale garden. Another watermelon. A tomato. And cantaloupe. Potatoes, beets, cucumbers, lettuce, broccoli, peppers, Kajari melons. They're not doing very good. I'm not sure what's happening to those. We'll keep planting and trying. Onions, pretty much everything. Like I said, this right now it looks like it's got lots of room, but pretty soon it's gonna say, I'm gonna have too much in here. The lettuce will come out when it gets hot, but live and learn. I'm just practicing. Carrots in a pot. And this little bitty bleeding heart that I put in last year is not doing much this year, but I have just a couple flowers. And they're beautiful. Azaleas, of course, are all done. The amaryllis should bloom in June, we'll see. And then the blueberries, looking just amazing. And this blueberry cage is working great, keeping the birds out. Of course, they're not really after them yet. They don't really start attacking them until they turn blue. But this should keep them away. Looking beautiful. Over here again, I'm trying to grow moonflowers down here. I put seeds in. I haven't seen them come up yet. This is a loofah. Got that at the food covered sale, so hopefully that will do its thing. Some seedlings. Only one of them's really coming up here. It's another Kajari melon, so hopefully that'll do okay. And then some basil seedlings I got from Laura. So that's the end of the tour for today. Oh, I was going to post a picture of this spot when we moved in here 10 years ago, and there was nothing but grass here. There was nothing, not trees, not bushes, not flowers, nothing, just grass. So I've come a long way, and I have a shot of this area. We had this crepe myrtle was just, I don't know, 2 feet tall, and 2 knockout roses behind them, which have since died and been replaced with butterfly bushes. So I'll put that in here too, just for comparison. Have a good day.